Do you know anyone who's gotten naughty with their step-sibling or a close relative? Story 1. I'm a 21-year-old girl who had spicy encounters with my brother-in-law. My family knows but pretends they don't. My sister was married to a guy who worked and lived abroad most of the time, crazy, since he was gone 8 months a year. I was in my first year of college when he found out she cheated on him during one absence. Not once, but multiple times with people he knew. Naturally, he was furious. My not-so-sharp parents hired a lawyer who made everything worse. This might sound surreal, but in short, I ended up sleeping with him in exchange for him making peace with my sister and helping pay my final year of college. We did it 4 times a day for an entire week. Then he vanished from our lives. Pretty twisted situation, honestly. Story 2. I debated using a throwaway, but here goes. Everyone who knows me is aware of this. My family tree is so weird and tangled I call it the family bush. Everyone has 2 grandpas and 2 grandmas, right? Well, all 4 of mine divorced when my parents were kids. Then my dad's dad married my mom's mom about a decade before I was born. My paternal grandparents adopted my mom when she was 9. My dad was raised by his mom and her husband, so they lived separately. They met as teens. Mom got pregnant. They married, divorced months later, and then I was born. Mom was already married to husband number 2 by my birth. That's another story. I ended up adopted at age 2 by my grandparents, paternal grandpa plus maternal grandma. That makes me a sort of second-generation kid. They never had bio kids together, only from prior marriages, my parents. Because my mom was adopted by my paternal grandpa, my parents were legally siblings. And since I was adopted by my grandparents, I'm legally my own parents' brother. In a way, I'm my own uncle. I never grew close to my bio parents, but both are great-grandparents to my kids now. My adoptive parents, grandparents, passed away, but being raised by Great Depression-era folks was definitely different from most in my generation. Seating chart at my own wedding was a nightmare. 3 moms and 6 dads, bio mom, stepmom, adoptive mom, bio dad, adoptive dad for stepdads. Growing up, my relationship with my bio parents was more sibling-like than parent-child, until my grandparents died, creating a paternal bond. That also made it easier for my kids to see them as grandparents, which they are by blood. Though raised as an only child, I have several half-siblings from my bio parents' other relationships. Fun twist. I'm the youngest in my adoptive generation, but oldest in my bio generation. Due to multiple marriages in my parents' generation, some half-siblings aren't related to each other. I share a dad with one, a mom with others, but all have different dads. So depending on perspective, I'm the youngest and oldest, have siblings but was raised solo. People often ask what it's like having such a weird family. For me, it's normal. I never knew different until I started my own. I like to think I was so loved and wanted that everyone fought to share me. Story 3. First, context. My mom died giving birth to me. Harsh but true. I grew up with Dad's family. He had emotional issues and abandoned us before I was born. Childhood was rough. I always felt distant from my sister. Around 17 to 18, I realized how gorgeous she was. No details, but I accidentally found a video she recorded touching herself. I knew it wasn't for me, but I watched it multiple times. No lie, at that moment, I wanted my sister badly. All I thought about that day was her. Looking back, it's disturbing, but I think she felt something too. Next day, we hung out with her friends. One guy hinted he wanted her. For some reason, I got super jealous. He was hot, and though she was my sister, He felt like competition. Nothing ever happened between us, just some maybe suggestive hugs. I don't think she and that guy ever hooked up, but there was tons of sexual tension. Around then, I had a severe accident and nearly died. While recovering, my sister visited and suddenly French kissed me. All I remember, it was slow and intense. Sadly, or luckily, nothing more happened. We were apart for a while. I got super religious, trying not to think of her that way. I succeeded for a long time. Until a year later, we met at a cruise event. She wore an incredible bikini, revived all those old feelings. It was really hard to get over, honestly. Story 4. 4 years ago at Christmas, an incident with 3 main characters. Me, my sister-in-law, let's call her Sylvia, and my cousin, her husband. Our families are so close, I treat my cousin like a brother. I can show up unannounced, eat, crash, leave next morning, no issue. Me, 20. Sylvia, 31. Cousin, 34. Sylvia looks like Katy Perry but with straight black hair, defined abs, great glutes, and killer boobs. She gyms 7 days a week, 5'11" inch, 150 pounds of pure muscle. She drives me crazy in leggings. Me, 6 feet 2 inches, 180 pounds, fit but nothing special. Cousin, 6 feet 0 inches, 200 pounds, all muscle, beast mode. That Christmas, my family dined at their place downtown. Plan: I'd crash on their couch, parents go home, the 3 of us shop Boxing Day. Dinner was normal, but Sylvia hugged me more affectionately than usual. Blame the wine. After parents left, cousin passed out in bed. I helped Sylvia with dishes, chatting about life. Post dishes, she gave me shorts. I went to sleep. Woke 7 a.m. Sylvia rummaging cabinets in gray leggings and hoodie, fresh from a morning run. I sat on the couch, blanket over my morning wood, casually asked if cousin was up. She said no, sat beside me, handed me tea. I sipped while she removed her hoodie, tight white tee underneath. She scooted closer, showed phone pics of stores for tomorrow. I just sat drinking tea, staring. She asked if I was cold. Said no. Asked why I gripped the blanket so tight, yanked it away. My morning erection fully exposed. Tried covering with my arm. Her face said she saw. Mouth open, then smiling. My fault, she joked. Tried explaining morning wood as normal. She didn't get it. Just said it was cute I was turned on by her. Covered my face in shame. She scooted closer, took my hand, said it's okay. Glanced at bedroom, leaned in, whispered, "You can touch me if it helps." Thought, shouldn't. Cousin's like a brother. But started on her thighs, sliding up / down, then toward torso. She stood, bent over coffee table pretending to clean. I stood, pressed against her, slid hands under her shirt. Sports bra made it tough. Every time I tried lowering leggings or slipping hands under, she stopped me. After 10 minutes, bedroom noise. I sat. She went to bathroom. Touched her a couple more times after. Second, New Year's 2 years ago, less exciting, she wore jeans. Third, last Thanksgiving, at her friend's college graduation. Definitely regret it. Won't happen again, no matter how good it felt. What she did wasn't right. The thrill of almost getting caught by my cousin wasn't worth the potential damage. Story 5. The intimate experiences my sister and I had made us both unusually mature and skilled, especially as teens. We ended up teaching many partners extremely pleasurable techniques we learned from each other. Humans are highly responsive to stimuli. Sex proves it. We fooled around in early teens, had sex in each other's presence later in adolescence. Looking back, it was pretty murky. Here's from the start. I have a sister 2 years younger and a brother her age. Always closer to my sister. 3 kids, 3 bedrooms, I shared with brother. Like many teens, sister and I fought but played a lot. I was always fascinated by anatomical differences, not pervy. As a kid I had no clue what it meant. Just excitement when we played. Now seems innocent and age-typical. Sister developed breasts super early. One summer vacation I first noticed her hips and boobs. We spent tons of time in swimsuits. Parents wanted activities. I found them boring, so they let me stay at the cabin. Sister complained too, didn't want beach walks, so she stayed. Brother went with parents. Sister and I hit the pool, back at cabin, fought over shower. Long story short, curiosity plus teenage lack of rational thinking led to a shower encounter. 2 friends attracted us both, so we shared tips to impress them. I learned to go slow and listen to girls. Also noticed her friends getting hot. Eventually hooked up with a neighborhood girl my age. My first girlfriend gave me a rep as a wild stud. Now I realize that's rare for young guys. One sister and I discussed hot as friends. She liked Mike, my best friend. I liked Rachel, her classmate. We schemed to get both to sleep over. Tension high, but no one knew what had happened beyond hanging out. Parents went to bed. Mike and I waited till sister was asleepish, snuck into her room. Rachel and I on one side of sister's bed, Mike and sister on the other. Somehow we started making out with our dates. Led to undressing and more. Another couple in the room turned me on more. Hearing both girls drove me wild. My group sex interest never faded. Easier to arrange as an adult. I gave Mike tips. He had less experience, though we were both 18. Sister and Mike started dating. Rachel and I did too. To this day, no family knows our past, except our partners. We're still together since then.